going to end it right here with how we need to change our culture to really value reproducibility, but value the people and their time for doing this extra work that academia right now does not value as much as it should. So how would you do that? You reevaluate how your research meetings are structured, how you talk about your research. Don't just talk to your the people you work with about the cool result. Talk about the results that didn't work. Talk about your data management plan. Talk about what doesn't work using R versus Python. Talk about if you should actually be using Git. Do you need to use Git to write a paper? Is that maybe? But a lot of times the answer is no, there might be a better tool. Maybe Google Docs is just better. Include computational methodology in all of these discussions. So what statistics did you use? What didn't you use? Is it important to communicate that to the public? Probably. Do you communicate it in, how do you communicate it? In the paper, in the supplementary material, in the code that you publish? Include all of that in these discussions. Again, not just the cool results that you've gotten. You need to document the data management standards for your team. So as you're having these discussions, have a shared space for how to approach data management. Because what likely works for your team can be shared after you leave. There's a lot of turnover in academia. And if you document these things, they can be valuable for the next generation of colleagues in that particular space. Yeah, and talk about your career aspirations openly at every academic level. So talk to your interns, talk to your undergraduates about what they want from their career. Ask yourself, ask your colleagues. And when you're deciding these data management plans, make sure that you're hitting the points, you're hitting these research projects that get the people to where they need to go. Not everyone is going to be a professor. So doing reproducibility might be more than just being a perfect researcher. It might really help you get to a really good job that you love. Prioritize intermediate products that help your career goals. We've talked a lot about that. And encourage talking about reproducibility, documentation, and readable code on your team. Maybe you should start a code review or peer learning within your team, or start it within your community to get to normalize people seeing your workflows and your code. Everyone's workflows are messy. If we normalize the messiness and what does and does not work, that is really going to change culture. And what can really change culture is increasing your voice, or raising your voice. So it might seem awkward to kind of force people to talk about that. But again, reproducibility is decided by communities and by people and practiced by people. And you are a huge component of your community. So if your community is not up to where you want reproducibility standards to be, you need to start raising your voice from your small collaborators all the way up to community.